Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good night. Depending on where you're at. I want to bring you guys a Alliance Blocks update video. Um, I tried to do a complete overview of Alliance Block and found out that it was extremely too long. So I will now be doing a series of Alliance Block update review videos. And the first one in the series is KYC and owning your own data, and how Alliance Block is doing this in the DeFi space, and how this can benefit you as a cryptocurrency or data person, and how this is going to move the DeFi world forward. And I just want to play you a clip from All Things Alliance Block with the tokenizer and the CEO of Alliance Block. And I think once you guys hear this, then we can go ahead and break down what they're talking about. So I will be back momentarily after you guys hear this.
Myself in some tweets speaking about Nexera. So what is Nexera? So Nexera is like it's a next era. Okay, so this is what from where we have Nexera, and actually the all the research that we have been doing is designing a new standard of the NFT that is acting as data container. So now with our standard, NFT become data container. And when NFT become data container, it is basically unleashing huge amount of possibilities. Okay, and a huge amount of use cases. So the first use case that we have been building the last 3 months, once we finish the protocol, which will go live and like in 2 weeks. So this is the first alpha on test, which is Nexera ID. So what is Nexera ID? So Nexera ID is fully built on top of the trustless identity verification. And we should call it actually more trustless data verification, because as I said, trustless data verification is one, authenticate, two, encrypt, three, decentralized policies of sharing. Okay, so these are the three pillars. Now the Nexera ID, it will offer every single individual in DeFi, in GameFi, in SocialFi, or whatever the I would say the vertical in events, whatever, it will offer to have this kind of meta NFT as digital passports, which will act as a soul bound. But the most three pillars that are absolutely important, and it cannot be perfect timing, is one is the self custody. Okay, so people have the self custody of their assets. Two is the privacy, which means that they own their data and they can generate zero knowledge proof that they can share. And the third, which is very important, is the security. So now we are able actually to prevent hacks. So if by any chance or by bad luck you have been hacked, you will receive, as soon as there is transaction in your wallet, you will receive a notification that is telling you that you have to authenticate. But because it's not you, you will be able to lock your passport, your NFT, and to transfer all the data in the new NFT that you will mint. Again, because NFT is data container. So this is actually one of the most important things that we are excited about it, because as I said, the time it cannot be more perfect than this, because what's happened with FTX and all the shit that we have been seeing on the space now. So, and I do believe that we are going in the future and in the near future with this layer, which is CDFI, okay, where users will have their own self-custody while interacting with centralized exchange. And I do believe that centralized exchange, if they don't start implement this, they will lose a lot of clients. And this happened after FTX, when we saw huge spike on the volume on the decentralized exchange. Even small decentralized exchange on Stacknet, they have seen. I saw the products. One of the products manager of Stacknet saying that it has $140 million spike into trading volume in one day, which is kind of.
So as we can hear him talk, the CEO, about about what's coming out right now. I think it's important for us to kind of talk about what he just said. And what he just said was Alliance Block has their own KYC, which is called the Trusted Information Sharing. I believe. I believe I got that right. I hope I got that right. But he was saying we should change that to Trusted Data Sharing. And what's unique about Alliance Block And what they're trying to do here with the KYC piece of this is you your data is going to be in a your data is going to be in a NFT, in an NFT form. And when it's in an NFT form and you're storing your KYC data, what what's important is that you own that information. So as you're going to these different places to KYC yourself, you own your own data, and you only have to KYC once. And from that point on, your NFT becomes your KYC. And that's why he called it the passport, because it's like your passport into all of these places that you would have had to KYC individually for. And the security of that is a very big deal, because um as we know, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of identity theft, things like that. So think about it in this wide range of identity theft. So one of the things that I find very important, and what in something that you don't hear a lot about in this space of owning your own data, is if somebody was to hack your wallet or hack your wherever you have your NFT, because remember, like he said, your NFT is your data container. So all of your data is stored inside of this NFT. And somebody tried to pull it off the blockchain where it's stored, you have to authorize every time somebody is able to use that NFT. So if you didn't authorize somebody to use your NFT and it's getting pulled off the blockchain, you can deny that. And then what will happen is that'll lock that NFT up, and you're able to mint a new NFT and export your data to that new NFT, in which stops the hack and wipes the hacker out so that they can't steal your identity. The most important piece of that is you, as the owner of your data, are now able to authorize who even sees any of your data. And that's all done through, obviously, your wallet in the blockchain. So what an important feature that can fight fraud and identity theft. So moving on, he's talking about this is the first step in owning your own data um, on the blockchain as NFTs. So when you think about this in a broader perspective, think about your healthcare data, think about any data that's out there floating around about you personally. And think about if all of this was in an NFT form and you owned that data and you were able to authorize who could see it and who couldn't, and who you shared it with and who you didn't. And if somebody tried to obtain your data that you didn't want to have your data, you could lock them out, remint a new NFT, and transfer your data over, which would stop the fraud um, that people are doing out here and stealing your information, stealing your identity, stealing all this stuff. So, what a great innovation! Not something you hear a lot about, the utilization of NFTs for data storage, but Alliance Block is bringing this out. They're moving this forward, and I think it's a great innovation. And you heard him go into also centralized exchanges KYC, and how the Alliance Block is believing that this centralized data storage and NFTs of centralized data, on centralized exchanges, is going to have to be done. So, and they're aligning themselves and setting themselves up in a way to immediately um, be able to capitalize on that particular market when this rolls out. So, Alliance Block is moving a lot of this stuff forward in a way that's they're progressively moving this forward in a bear market. They're progressively building this out in a bear market, which sets them up for a really good bull run with this technology that they're coming out with, as you'll see in this series of Alliance Block videos that I'll put out. So This is just the first one of KYCing and owning your own information, and how Alliance Block is doing it a little different. So, just to kind of recap that a little bit, um, you KYC through Alliance Block. Um, they store your data in an NFT that you own. You have to authorize every use of that NFT. If somebody that you don't authorize tries to take that NFT, you have the ability to deny that, mint a new NFT, export your data to the new NFT, which stops the fraud. Very innovative, very progressive, very much needed in this DeFi space right now. So, what a great first review video for Alliance Block and how they're going to change the way that your data is stored on DeFi, and the fact that you only have to KYC once, and then your KYC becomes your passport into everywhere else where you would have had to KYC every single time you went somewhere else. So very, very, very aggressive, very, very great utility. So the Alliance Block Twitter page, they are very active on this page. A lot of updated information all the time, as you can see. They continually update the community on the things that they have going on. We will be reviewing a lot of this stuff on the Twitter page here in future videos, and how it relates back to what they're doing. But I encourage everybody to go check out their Twitter. Also, the Alliance Block also has a blog here of all of the things that they're doing, all of the updates that they have. Very informative, very in-depth articles. We know by no means could review a lot of these articles here because they're so in-depth, but we could this is a lot of where I get my information for my overviews and understand what they're doing and how they're doing it. But very much a resource library, as I would call it. And I will leave the link to this in the description of the video, so you can go check it out and do your own research on these things, and you know um, read into these different modules that they have, because we will be reviewing them here moving forward, piece by piece. And this is just a great resource. So let's see some price action with the Alliance Block here. They launched, this is the daily chart, guys. They launched, I believe, in 2018, somewhere in there. Had a big run up and then had a big pullback when the whole market pulled itself back. And you can see that they've been trading straight sideways for a long time. Between the 4 cents and 5 cent mark, they've been trading straight sideways, which to me is healthy. This is a healthy looking chart. They're trading sideways. They're building out their utilities. They're building out their use cases. As you guys can see from that one use case that's getting ready to come out, I believe, next week. So they're building all up through here, and they're just waiting really for the market to turn around and for the use case and utilities to be 100% completely built out, and I believe the Alliance Block has a lot to offer. So I think you probably will see a lot of positive price movement in this chart, just based on use case and utility and what they're bringing to the space. So, they've been hovering right around 4 to 5 cents for a while. So, the entry points, you make your own entry points, but that chart to me is just straight sideways for a very long time. So, this doesn't bother me. I think this is healthy. I think this is right where projects that are building utility should be. They got a market cap of 21 million, 21.5 million, somewhere in there. Small market cap for a project this size. The holder count is only at around 20,000 holders. Not a lot of holders for a project this size. So very low market cap for a project this size that's doing what they're doing, and low holder count. So, them two things say to me probably a good time to take a look at Alliance Block and see if you want to start a position here. So with that, guys, like I said, we went over a little of the KYC stuff and how they're going to use NFTs to store your data, and how this can benefit in the future development of Alliance Block, in the future development of data storage and owning your own data is very important on the blockchain and very important in the DeFi space. And they're taking the lead in this, I believe, um, with ownership of your own data. And that's just one of the things that Alliance Block has going on. And we will be reviewing a lot more in the days to come. And that's my short video. I will come at you guys with another one here pretty soon. Not quite sure which one I'm going to tackle next, but I will tackle one next. And give me a couple days and I'll tackle a new one. So with that, take a look at Alliance Block, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your guys' time. Have a great day. Bye.